A warm welcome for President-elect Donald Trump at the White House this morning. Joe Biden welcomed his former rival to a meeting at the White House. Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, Trump's preferred pick for Senate Majority Leader missed out in a secret ballot. Sky News Washington correspondent Annelise Nielsen joins us with the very latest. Hello, Annelise. So, were there any hard feelings between Donald Trump and Joe Biden?
Look, Kenny, it's remarkable how warm and friendly the whole thing was, considering 4 years ago this scene was unimaginable. Donald Trump refused to concede power and simply skipped out ahead of inauguration. This time around, Joe Biden welcomed Donald Trump back into the Oval Office. There was a big group of media there to capture the moment. They spoke off the top before the cameras were ushered out, and it was a very warm reception.
Mr. President-elect and former President, thank you, Donald. Congratulations. Thank you. And looking forward to having like we said, a smooth transition. Do everything we can to make sure you're accommodated, what you need. And we're going to get a chance to talk about some of that today. So
good.
Welcome
Thank you
back.
very much. And thank you very much. And politics is tough. And it's, in many cases, not a very nice world, but it is a nice world today. And I appreciate it very much. And a transition that's so smooth, it'll be as smooth as it can get, and I very much appreciate that, Jim.
You're welcome. Thank you all.
First Lady Melania Trump did not attend, or incoming First Lady, I should say, the current First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, gave a letter, a handwritten letter to President-elect Trump to hand to Melania Trump, welcoming her and offering any of that support that they need. There's also been briefing from the White House press room just a short time ago saying that President Biden spoke about the need for national security to be framed around supporting Ukraine. And so there was obviously some strategic handover there in that talk. How much Donald Trump's going to be interested in taking on that feedback is another question. He's also been on Capitol Hill speaking to legislators today, firstly to those members of the House of Representatives. Now, the final numbers haven't firmed up just yet, but it is more than likely that this will be held by Republicans, and so this will give significant power to Donald Trump, having control of Republicans in the House, the Senate, and the White House. He was there for a bit of a victory lap where he gave his support to the Speaker and said that those within the Republican caucus, within the House of Representatives, needed to support Mike Johnson too.
My numbers were, so they say, the 129 years is the most important election in 129 years. That's pretty good. I said, who is the 129 years? What was that, Doc Ronnie? Who was 129 years ago? I'd never looked because it started at being 100, and then they upped it to that, but it's a great compliment.
The other big event in Washington, D.C. today was the selection of the new House Majority Leader to replace Mitch McConnell as the Republican leader in the Senate. Now, this is going to be one of the most powerful positions in Washington, D.C., and there was a lot of work behind the scenes from Donald Trump to have Rick Scott become the next leader. And so it's notable that in this ballot, the first round, he was knocked out, and it's now Senator John Thune from South Dakota who's becoming the Republican majority leader in the Senate. What's notable here is that he has been cast as more of a moderate, but it's also a pushback on the authority of Donald Trump over Congress. Senators are some of the most powerful people in the US government. They get 6-year terms as opposed to 2 years in the House. And so this is where we're going to start seeing those schisms within the Republican Party compared to the huge mandate that Donald Trump got with his resounding election win. But when Senator Thune, just a short time ago, spoke after his formal vote as becoming the majority leader, he was very much focused on putting forward an image of unity.
It's a new day in the United States Senate, and it's a new day in America. The American people have loudly rejected the failed policies of the Biden, Harris, Schumer agenda. And this Republican team is united. We are on one team. We are excited to reclaim the majority and to get to work with our colleagues in the House to enact President Trump's agenda.
And don't forget, J.D. Vance might be vice president-elect, but he's still a senator, and he was in that room as well. And he'll take over that formal role of being president of the Senate, as Kamala Harris is now, when he is sworn in on January 20th.
Yeah, plenty of moves there in Washington. Annelise, Nielsen, thanks so much.